And the last thing I would like to share is verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. Somebody say appointed time. Come on, say a little louder. Say appointed time. At the end it will speak, and it will not lie. Though it tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It didn't say you will come to it. It says it will come to you now. It will not tarry. Now I find a paradox here. I find a contradiction. One is God says, don't worry about it. It's coming at its time. And then God says, it won't come at its time. Wait for it. So this is what I would like to share with you. Vision will be late and on time. It's how God is. God is always on time and usually late. You may say, how is that possible? It's possible like this. There are people watching us on live stream right now. Like I have a friend named Ed. He's watching from UK. He is on a different time zone because he lives in a different place. Because God lives in a different place, His time is not always the same as yours. So that's why what's on your time usually is different than His. And it doesn't mean that God canceled the vision. It's just because we live in different time zones. That's why Jesus told His disciples in John chapter 7, He said to them, my time has not yet come, but your time is always ready. Jesus was here on earth, but lived in a different zone and in a different realm. That's what He told His disciples. He said, it's your time, not mine. You're like, but we're together. God's time is different than yours, which means vision will always be on God's time, and usually 99.9% late on your and my time. I remember when I was building first home, and my dad told me a secret. He says, Vlad, he says, keep two things in mind. The home will take twice as long and twice as much. He says, if you can just remember that, you'll never be disappointed. Oh, and how right he was. He says, you have a plan? He says, just multiply it by 2. He says, then you'll never be disappointed. I want to encourage you with something this morning. Your vision will not be punctual. You have to be patient. Your vision, the one that God gave you, it will not happen that early that you expected. How many people have said, by this time I was hoping. By this time I already planned. King Saul also planned for Samuel to show up at particular time. He didn't. I'm pretty sure Abraham did not plan to have children at 100. And I am pretty sure Israel did not wait that their new appointed leader will spend 40 days kicking and hanging out with God on a mountain. Every single thing God is involved with, He will always be late. It's not because He lost track of time. It's that you and I live on a different time zone. He's always on His time. He came late to Lazarus' healing. Lazarus was dead and buried already for 4 days. Jesus wasn't late. Anything you get early came from the devil. Devil offered Jesus the kingdoms too early. Proverbs says that inheritance gained hastily will not last at the end. If it came early, it's a trap. If it came late, it was a test. If it came late, most likely was God was involved in it. Read these verses again. God says, it will tarry. It will come late, but it will be on time. Meaning it will be on His time, but most likely your projected, my anticipated, my time, God will disappoint. So what do I do? A few simple things. One, when the vision is late, don't leave it. Wait for it. When the vision is late, don't drop it. Don't throw the towel. Don't be like Saul. He says, I'm going to offer the sacrifice on my own. Don't be like Israel. We don't know what happened to this Moses. Let's build a cow and dance around it. Don't be like 5 foolish virgins and the king delayed and they said, we're just going to go back in town and get some tacos and on the way get some oil as well. And they missed the appointment. Don't be like the 400 something people when Jesus says wait for the coming of the Holy Spirit, and they got busy honestly, and after many days the Holy Spirit came, but only 120 out of 500 were there. Why? Because people dropped it and they walked away. How many people God gave the vision that they aborted before they birthed it? because they get tired of waiting. I'm going to tell you something. Waiting is more harder than working. Waiting is harder than wrestling. Waiting is the strongest and the biggest warfare you will do. Because waiting is not pathetically, passively, just kind of throwing the towel. Waiting is still anticipating, still walking toward it. Even though the clock has expired, it's past your time, and you're still believing for it, and you're still hoping for it. Why? Because God said it. He said it will not lie. It will surely come. But it already supposed to happen 5 years ago. It's supposed to happen 10 years ago. I thought I'll be married by this time. I thought I'll get out of debt by this time. I thought I'll have children by this time. I thought I'll have a breakthrough by this time. I thought by this time this will happen, and God says it still was not my time. There is my appointed time where you and your vision will collide. And God says, though it tarries, walk toward it, wait for it, don't throw the towel, don't give up. Why? Because it will surely come to pass. My God, it will come to pass, says God. It will come to pass, says the Holy Spirit. It will come to pass, the God who gave you the vision. It will come to pass, says the Son who gave you the vision. My God, somebody give God some praise right now. Woo!